Bravado. This is a tricky emotion. One of the things that'll take a fighter directly out of his career is wanting to please the fans more than he wants to really win the fight. He's thinking about the pre-fight. He's thinking about the hype. He's thinking about his boys. He's thinking about his family. He's thinking about the people that he used to go to school with, giving them props, being proud of them. But the last thing that he's thinking about is how to actually outthink the opponent. How to take the opponent and put him in a comfort zone instead of riling him up. These are the things that a highly educated and a fighter with a high IQ, that's the way he thinks. He wants the guy to fall asleep during the pre-fight. As everything builds up, he wants to make the fighter think that he's not up on his game. That's what a smart fighter would do. A fighter that wants to win. Not a fighter that just wants to put on a show before the fight. Building a fight is let's just say it's a business decision. But what you're doing at that time is you're playing checkers in a game of chess. Everybody, my name is the Fight Doctor, Eric Bradley, aka The Real Fight Doctor. And you're watching Master Boxing. And this is where we break the fight world down, round by round. Terrence Crawford and Hank Lundy went fisticuffs last night. But prior to the fight, Hank Lundy was doing everything to get up under Bud's, that's his nickname for those who don't know in the sport of boxing. It's good to have a good nickname. Bud happens to be Terrence Crawford's. He did everything to get up under Bud's skin. Needless to say, Bud really didn't take the bait. But for lack of a better phrase, he wanted to prove it prior to the fight that you're half the man that I am. Let's just make it clear. In the sport, what happens is you have levels of fighters. Terrence Crawford has proven to be an A-level fighter. He won Fighter of the Year before. He's beaten top guys. Yorkas Gamboa was one of the elite fighters. Now he's somewhere in a B echelon of fighters. Hank Lundy has beaten a lot of C fighters. He has skills, but let me break skills down to you people who have not really been honored to brace the sport from within. Alright, skills. When you reach a level of the fight game and you got guys like Jim Lampley and Roy Jones Jr. calling your fights, you have skills. The thing about guys like Hank Lundy is it's not that he doesn't possess the same amount of skill. It's just understanding when to apply the skills. When does he see that it's necessary to actually apply these skill sets in the ring. When the fight started, Hank Lundy came out and he planted his feet. It's one thing when you plant your feet if you hit like Mike Tyson. It's another thing when you're a boxer, and just say you could say you're a boxer puncher, but you haven't knocked anyone out, especially anyone above a C+ level. So that game plan was not really good. The next thing, whenever you see these guys match up, the length. The first thing you have to do with a fighter, and this is boxing 101, is take what they do best away. The first thing that Terrence Crawford came out to do, and he established the jab, which that solidified. He was testing to see if Hank Lundy would know what to do with it. Let me give you a rule and a few tips when it comes down to a guy with a long jab. The first thing you want to do, you either want to step over to the side of the jab or jab under the jab. If he's tall, he got 3 or 4 inches on you, it's not good to try to go over the jab unless he brings it back low and you walk in with him. And that takes a lot of practice, a lot of reps, and a lot of drills. Okay, he didn't do either of these. So that gave Terrence Crawford the wherewithal to consistently throw the jab and then start setting up the power shots, which is the right hand. He started throwing the left hook, and then he switched southpaw. The first thing that Hank Lundy proved once again, that he would stand square in front of him and not make any adjustments. And so what you're saying now is this is just a toe-to-toe fight. The skills go to the bigger, the stronger, and the better boxer. Why would you made the equation even across the field for everything to go in Bud's way. That's not how you beat a fighter. First and foremost, let's go back over it again. First, the early bravado. You're getting up under his skin. You're giving him fuel for the fight. These aren't the things that you want to do with a fighter that's better than you or has proven to be able to beat fighters that are better than C-level in guys like Yuri Yorkis Gamboa. Terrence Crawford established the jab, established the power shot, kept the range. He did everything that was necessary to beat anything or outthink what Hank Lundy brought to the ring. These are the things that keep guys at a level like Hank Lundy. They keep them at that level, that lower weight class, that lower IQ set. It says, I'm not going to elevate my skill set. So whenever you see this fight play out, once you start to build that momentum, the connect percentages start, the power shots with 50%. Anytime you see a guy with that kind of range and that kind of power land at 50%, 99% of the time he wins the fight. You will not hit at that higher percentage. That's just like shooting threes at 50%. When you can hit a guy with power shots 50%, half of the shots you throw, that means he's not offsetting anything, and that means he's not adjusting or adapting to what's going on, which says his IQ is low. That was just, plus you think about the fire that Terrence Crawford came into that ring with, because your boy spoke so much junk. But prior to the fight, Terrence Crawford sent a message when he pushed him at the weigh-in, or prior to the weigh-in. What he said is, I'm really about that life, and I'm going to prove to you before and after the fight that I'm about that life. A-level fighter get in the ring with a C-level fighter. The only chance that the C-level fighter has is that he understands a game plan. Go to the body. It's not that simple. How do you go to the body when you got a long-rangey fighter? Well, when the fighter throws, you stab under him. You consistently stab him. One, even if it's one every 30 seconds. One of those are going to really pull the wind out of them, and then you work off of that one and work off of that one. By the end of the second round, that's approximately 9 shots to the body. And if you've been practicing in the gym enough, you know how to efficiently break an opponent down with one good stab after the next. One of Floyd Mayweather's best shots was the jab to the belly, right to the solar plex. What does that do? You're hitting him directly in the organs. He's losing gas. His body's trying to recover, but at the same time, he's in a fight. So you have to use your IQ. Pluck away, pluck away, pluck away. Take a brick out, take a brick out, take a brick out of the building. Soon the building will fall. The hands, the coordination, that wherewithal that he always has, it kind of shows that a C-level fighter every once in a while can be capricious and elevate his skill set when it comes down to it. In the moment of truth, when it's time to prove yourself. Fellas, what I'm trying to say is, don't allow bravado to outweigh the coin on the other side of that ring, because it can take you to the next level of your career, no matter what you do. This is not just about fighting. This is about life. Don't allow making people become fans be the way that you try to make it. There's nobody who just made it clearly on bravado unless you can back it up. Remember, it's only bragging if you can't back it up, as the great Ali said. If you can back it up, it's not bragging. I'm just telling you. They call me the Fight Doctor, and I thank you guys for watching. You're watching Master Boxing. And this is where we break the fight world down round by round. So long.